Well, Facebook's decision to block Australian media sites in protest at the government's news media bargaining code has been something of a PR disaster for the company, it seems. No doubt the social media giant fully expected the backlash, but at what point does something like this become more than just a bad day for the head office? And does goodwill mean anything for the world's social media business? Dr. Turgir Aletti is a lecturer in marketing at the School of Economics, Finance and Marketing at RMIT and joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thanks for your time. Tell me, what are the risks for a company of this size and influence effectively blowing up their reputation, some might say, albeit in a small market like Australia?
I think they are very small. I mean, like in a big scale, we are 0.4% of the world's population. Although we love our Facebook in Australia with about 17 million users, I think now, but that's still no more than 0.5% of the total world's Facebook population. So overall, we are quite small, and also the actions by Facebook can easily be reversed as well. If they wanted to, they could reverse it immediately and issue some apologetic statement or whatever statement they want, and we're back to where we were. So I don't think, and if they were to do that, then this would very quickly be forgotten as well. So the damage is not, or the potential damage in the long run in particular is no big deal, but on the contrary, making a move like this in response to potential government legislation gives Facebook an opportunity to test how users will respond to such a move, and they obviously will monitor the data and what's being said here and there, both on and off their platform. And can, as such, create strategies for how to deal with potential other governments around the world with a larger population on Facebook, and then be better prepared to respond if something like this happens anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I mean, the company and the CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, I mean, they must have known, don't you think, that there would have been a backlash? Don't you think? I mean, we're hearing about the international response so far. What will the company's response be going forward? Do you have a crystal ball with this?
Well, I can only speculate, I guess, like everyone else. But yes, of course, they would have been fully aware of what they're doing. And that there may potentially be a backlash, but as I said, there's nothing stopping them from just reversing it, and and I'm not surprised at all by their move, because this is so easily reversed that they can just go ahead and do it and see how people react, and then keep collecting that data to further manipulate our behavior, which is the core purpose of their business model.
In situations like this, is there a corporate playbook for dealing with bad news stories of this scale?
Whether Facebook have a playbook for this? Yeah,
or any companies of that size,
Well, I think that's a moving goalpost, and I think that they would be monitoring, looking at what's happening, how people are responding, and then writing that playbook as they go along. But I suppose this situation opens up the bigger questions about these tech giants and their business models, and the situation we have where the users are the product. And the company is in fact the buyer, and then you have everyone that's advertising on the platform being the seller. So it's sort of, and I think the consumer is probably become way too comfortable getting everything for free on the internet.
Yes.
And so these and the debate that we're having now is not about whether it's okay to always think that we should get everything for free on the internet. The debate we're having is it the media, or is it the large tech companies that should be the ones that are that are making the revenue from the news that's being being created. So.
Can I just ask, sorry to interrupt, but the
Sure.
sudden shutdown, you know, it included not just news sites, as you know, but government websites, health websites, sporting and community sites. And a lot of those sites are later now back on Facebook. They said they were going to sort of rectify the situation. But you say the block of non-news sites was no accident, that Facebook knew exactly what it was doing. What do you mean by that?
I think that it's probably easier for them to just go and do a broad sort of swipe of what they're banning to then see how the response would be. But a lot of those things that you mentioned that were also taken off the platform, and I've seen that the Bureau of Meteorology has been mentioned many times. But the Bureau of Meteorology, for example, is like they don't post forecasts and warnings routinely on Facebook. They use their own web and Twitter as their main channels. So I think a lot of this is, and I think we're all, guilty of this. It's a large extent of it is kind of fake outrage that we're all feeling because we have this sense that Facebook really matters because it's been designed to make us feel that it really matters. Because the platform, the way that it's set up, it makes us always come back. The tools are designed to accumulate more and more of our data and then feed us more and more of what we want. So we're, to a very large extent, we have this sort of love-hate relationship with Facebook, and we are quite addicted to it, and we feel that this is the most important platform, and if these are not on Facebook, then where are we going to find it, and so forth. But we don't really, it's not that hard. All of us know how to, and we already have all the tools and know how to find the news sources or other things that we need on the internet. We don't have to go to Facebook, but we feel that we do, because the platform is designed in that manner.
Yeah, and look, do you think this situation's permanent, or is the company waiting for the government to blink and offer them a better deal on the News Media Bargaining Code?
I think that remains to be seen. It's certainly part of their negotiation tactics. But as I said, in the broader scheme of things, Australia is not that important to a company like Facebook. So that remains to be seen. But it's certainly a tough negotiation tactic that they're using.
Indeed.
Towards the government.
Look, Dr. O'Letty, we're out of time, but look, thank you very much for your insights. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Dr. Torgeir O'Letty, a lecturer in marketing at the School of Economics, Finance and Marketing at RMIT.